I had just graduated high school and moved to New York. And I had been spending a lot of time. I had like spent my summer breaks, my Christmas breaks, my spring breaks all in New York. And one of my parents had gone with me. Their whole rule was like, you can't travel to the city, you can't work, you can go to a set until you're 18 years old. So at 18, I moved. And that summer, one of like the big castings I was going to, and we would like hit the ground running. I mean, Hayes, you probably know with Ali's experience, like 10, 12 castings a day, you're running around and it's like just brutal. It's also ridiculous and silly.
You show up with your book, you show up with a book of pictures, where they call it something like
it's your portfolio. Yeah. And they look at pictures and they take pictures of you, and sometimes they measure you and sometimes they try clothes on you. And it's like this silly, crazy thing.
Fun, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was 18 living in New York, and I was, I had grown up in North Carolina.
Fun if you've got the goods, not fun if you're not what they want.
True. I mean, and that's the thing is like at that time, the movement was like heavily Brazilian and Eastern European. And so like the American models weren't really working a lot. It wasn't very in vogue to be American at that time, which is silly, but that's how sort of the trends worked then. And Sports Illustrated would have been a huge opportunity for me because one, they're like not crazy about bodies like sort of high fashion is. And two, this is so minor, but it was so impactful at the time. They were one of the few, actually the only publication to publish your name with your picture. So they were making like household names out of their models where no one else was giving any sort of credit to who the model actually was. And like, if you got the cover, you'd go on Letterman, and they were doing like online content. They were doing video content. They were doing profiles. So like, as a career sort of break, they were huge. And so I went to see MJ Day, who was the assistant editor-in-chief at Sports Illustrated. And I showed her my portfolio. We took pictures, and I was on the subway home, got lost, ended up in Queens somewhere. And I got a call from my agent that I booked Sports Illustrated.
Mustache Tales.